Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and another video on the Volkswagen Passat. I know that this one kicked up quite a stir in the first video on it, so we need to get on with this car. There's really not a great deal to do apart from that repair on that quarter panel. Guys, I do just quickly want to say, just before we get going, if you do notice anything in a video ever, I mean, it does happen, we make mistakes, and sometimes I do leave things in there by mistake. In particular, like addresses or a piece of paper with somebody else's address on it. I'd really appreciate it, and it would mean the world to us if you didn't actually mention that you'd spotted it in the comment section, because it just opens it up for everybody else trying to find that as well. So thank you all, guys. I really do appreciate it. Let's get straight on with this Passat. We got the doors in colour in the last video. We got the wing in colour. We are pretty much, Chris, what we're doing, we're just putting this, getting it watertight, ultimately, so that we can park it outside if need be. What is the plan today? Just
wing
on,
front door.
Let's not say too much more. Let's just crack straight on with it as usual, yeah? So in that little piece excuse me, of time lapse there, guys, you would have seen us trying to line it up. Chris, will you give that headlight a little wiggle? And as you can see, guys, the headlight. So we've got broken lug here, and also this back lug's broken. Only those two are broken, but the good thing is, quite a lot of modern cars now are like this, but in particular Volkswagen VAG. If you see these little holes here, these are actually for a new bracket. So you bolt the bracket on here, screw it up tight, and basically it gives you this mounting point so that you can mount it back up. You can see this was only on the headlight here and it's just snapped off. We're not interested in gluing it. We're going to buy a bracket kit for it. But I said to Chris, what we'll do, because that's going to take a little while to come and we want to crack on, we're actually going to still try and fit that wing up. But Chris established, once he did start, that bracket is slightly out and it was pulling the wing under at the back. So he's going to straighten that bracket up and then hopefully we can move on and get that wing fitted again. But there's no damage behind there at all, just a little bit of dirt. Little bits like this you are going to have to expect. Yeah, you can see just there, that is pushed in there, Chris. So you'll have to get your little, you know, your little red handled squeezers just to straighten that up there. And then this here is quite flimsy, Chris was saying, but if you look, these brackets are all bolted to this apron here. So you've got the bracket there, if any of these are moved, it is just a case of undoing these screws, just giving them a little bit of a tweak. So we get that all straightened out and then we'll try that wing on there again, this time without putting all the bolts in it, because we actually started at the back there, started bolting it up, getting it all on its marks, and it turned out that it was actually here that was the problem. Guys, I've zoomed in a little bit there. With anything second-hand, even though these panels were undamaged, you can see the doors are not, but the wing's actually got two bends in it. And one of them is right here, where the wing meets the bumper. Chris had a lot of messing around there with the bracket, but now he's holding that there. As you can see, that's perfect. We've got no issues there at all. And then if you just push that bonnet closed, Chris, that gap now is here, uniform all the way down. Now it was the headlight kept throwing it out, and the bend in the front of this wing, just where Chris is a little bit forward. Chris, move your thumb forward where that bend was, right there, and down a little bit, the corner was poking under. So we've got the wing on its original marks down this side. We're going to move on and try the door to the wing now, or we need to do a couple of bolts up, and then we'll just keep moving backwards slowly but surely. But yeah, that was a little bit of messing around there with that wing. You would have seen we had to have it on and off actually twice to get it straightened up, and the bracket underneath it was also slightly bent as well. So guys, got the front door hung on, and we're quite happy with it. It may be some slight adjustment, but again, it still could be the fact that that wing, we had trouble trying to line that up, and having a broken headlight bracket don't help, does it? Because we're struggling to line it up. But moving here to the back door, I was just about to put it on. I actually went to hang it on, and Chris said, yeah, that's miles out. And I'm not sure. You can eye it through there. Chris, could you put your finger on the end of that hinge? Yeah. So that's the bottom hinge there. Yeah. Chris just measured the gap. He eyed it up straight away and said it's too high. And then you measured it, and then measured the hinges on the door, and it's 1/4 of an inch too high. Yeah. So it's very, very simple. He's got a big pair of adjustable spanners. You filming that? Yeah, I'm filming it, mate. He's going to bend that down and then just keep measuring. There'd be no point undoing that. It's not going to be able to bend it straight. It's only going to move it up or down. Still out? Yeah. That's strong, isn't it? Yeah. So you can see the top of it flexing out there. That is quite tough.
Yeah, it's about an 8. I'm going to put the bigger adjustables on it.
Oh, he's getting out the big guns. I can just see a message come through there when I was recording from Liam saying he's on his way with a window glass, which is really handy as well. You reckon that's about right?
Yeah, it's very, very close.
Hitting the side, it's always...
Yeah, although this is not...
No, no, it's not, is it? We noticed earlier, guys, on the driver's door, the airbag sensor is literally right behind the dent. So very, very lucky that the curtain airbags didn't go off. I'm a little bit too far round. Oh, straight in.
I'll fly there, mate.
Can we do this? Check strap on there. Yeah.
Probably won't need that. Probably will.
Shall I plug it in as well?
Yeah, or certainly feed it to where it wants to be.
We don't want it to get crushed, do we?
No.
Here goes nothing. It may catch on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. We cut that there, guys, because
it's not even on there. It's both of the hinges are too far back.
Ah, both of the hinges.
You just quickly while you're filming, shut
the driver's door. Get a huge gap.
Massive gap. Yeah.
Yes. So them hinges were not only down, but also...
Yeah, but it's more, I'd say it's more the top hinge than the bottom, and as that fully shuts, that will close out, but yeah, they both need to go forward, don't they?
So it is a case of on, off sometimes with that. I don't know how much of that gap you could see there, but straight away Chris knew. He said it's not hitting there on the back of the catch, it is the the hinges, and it did have quite a wallop down there in that door, didn't it? So that would kind of make sense. It does look like it's equally pulled it back, doesn't it?
Almost parallel, isn't it? Yeah.
So back off again with the door. That's why we don't do, Chris said that's enough on the check strap bolt, because he probably kind of knew that it had to come back off again. So yeah, Liam turned up with a window. Chris looked after us and just handed it to me.
I did see that, Rob.
Reckons I'm a window fitter.
I did see that, but
you're sacked.
Sweet. Absolutely sweet.
Thank you very much, Liam. We've now got this watertight and we can park it outside. So guys, a lot of jiggery and moving around there, but I think we nailed it. I've got the window fitted in now. I've just connected up the door panel. I've got down here on the floor, plugged it in just to get the window up. Chris is just about to mess around there. And do you know what? Chris, why are you putting that door down now?
So I can see it.
No, because we got no window in the back door either, guys. Didn't realise there was no back window in there. So we think we've nailed it. Do you want to shut that door for us, bud? Look at that, guys. Look at that. We're made up. It was a lot of messing around there with that door. And what we found was not only did those hinges bend downwards, they also actually moved the hinges. So we was able to put them back exactly where they should be. And if you look at that gap now, that's perfect. Obviously, it starts to get bigger here where it's rolled over. That gap down the middle there is bang on identical to the other side. All the way around the doors, it's perfect. We got so lucky with this car that that B-post hadn't moved. We have got still a little bit of messing around with that, but like Chris just said, we don't want to get that bang on, Rob, until we got that headlight exactly where it needs to be, because we're just putting it where we think it needs to be, and we're just playing a guessing game, mate, right?
That's right.
We need to get the bracket kit for it, so I'll get that ordered, but for the most part, what a lovely quick repair. Right, we get this window fitted. It's tinted. Is this one tinted? Yeah, it is. So we might get away with, mind you, that's really dark, isn't it? Should we pull all the tint out of this car?
I don't know.
Do you know what? We won't pull it out. We'll leave it and let you guys drop it in the comment section. Shall we pull that out? I mean, this window's open and you can see how dark it is in there. It is very, very dark. And then you go around this side. This is the one that we've just fitted. And it has already got like a green tint to it, but that's like limo black. I'm sure it is very, very dark. Anyway, Chris is going to continue on, get that door panel off so that we can get that drop glass out. And this car is officially watertight. So guys, we actually started to think when we got that window out, how did they get that window out? And then of course, once you start looking into it properly, there is just 3 little grub screws behind here. You remove them, remove the clips, and then that glass slides out. So that door is all done. And like I said earlier on, the gaps are all perfect. The door panel's all back on there. It's all bolted in and it's all wired up. Let's just move that torch. The driver's side door, the last bit is the door card to put on, but look at that. Yeah, it's just incredible in this short space of time doing it. We did notice as well that wing mirror's got quite a nasty scuff on it, so that's going to want painting, and there's a little chip here on the top of the wing, so we will be having that painted, blended into the door and the mirror, and of course that rear quarter blended into that door. I'm sure I did notice when I picked it up there is some scuffs on this back bumper. It might not be this back bumper, it might have been the front bumper. I definitely saw some bumper scuffs, so we'll have to get one of the bumpers painted. It is probably going to be that front bumper. Right, let's get that door panel on, and then we're going to move on to that quarter, I suppose, Chris, are we?
That's it.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's it, mate.
I think we're good, guys. All done, door panels on. I have put the key in the ignition and checked everything. You're right there for a minute, Chris?
Yeah.
Right, that's lovely, isn't it?
Nice, isn't it?
And shut. I didn't realise the Volkswagen's done this. It used to be just BMWs, didn't it? Hold the key. So, everything's done. We're quite happy with that. The only thing left to do is this bit of damage. Chris is just getting out this splash now. And what do you need, mate? I'll get it out. Dent puller.
We're going to need grinder.
Clean all that up.
Yeah, a couple of the air tools off out to get that back to metal.
Yep.
Dolly, hammer, dent puller.
Get that pulled out.
That's it, mate.
Let's roll. What a lovely job he's making of that car, guys. I can't believe how nice it is coming out. Don't worry though, I am recording another video and you will see that after. But Chris has just sent me on a jolly to get some 2-inch masking tape, 80 grit production, 40 grit the little belts for the finger sander, an onion board. I already asked someone for one of them this morning, didn't know what it was. Guys, that is basically the board you knock the filler up on, you rip the page off right away, and of course coffee on the bottom. So let's go and get his list and we'll let him carry on with it. I've actually been staying out of the way. I've been recording a completely different video outside, so you'll see that at a later date. But you can see Chris has got that. What are you doing? Just a refining little bits now, mate?
Yeah, it's just a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time.
You've got the shape back there now, though, haven't you? And you've got the actual...
I'll time lapse most of it. So.
Oh, have you? I'll include that time lapse actually after this segment, which normally... No, I'll chuck it in beforehand, but... You've pretty much, well, you've got the damage out now. You're just refining it.
Yeah, just keep. You don't want to overdo it and stretch the panel. That's the thing. So
no.
It's a bit of a.
Would you mind just doing a couple with that? Because people will be interested in watching that. So that basically just welds itself to the panel,
just
Chris.
spots it on, yeah.
Yeah.
And then pull it and then twist, break
just
it
to
off.
break it off.
Yeah.
And you want to get out as much as you possibly can.
Yeah,
which
without stretching the panel too much. Obviously the panel is stretched because it's dented in.
Yeah.
But what you don't want to do is get lots of like mountings
yeah.
in it, you know, for want of a better word.
And once you have got as much of that out as possible, it's going to be less bog work, less filler.
Yeah, you need to get the basic shape there. I mean, this curve is coming. Obviously there you can see the form of damage there. So
that's the bit that was pushed in.
Yeah, because it caught it from that angle. So you're never going to fully lose that. But it's just a case of keep bringing the low spots out and tapping the high spots in, really.
Oh, mate, nice one.
But yeah, you can see it's coming.
We'll let you carry on with that.
We'll try the door in a minute, but I don't want to unsheet it all till I finish welding, really.
No, of course. All right then, mate. We'll leave you to it. So what a long way this has come in such a short period of time, guys. That was quite a bit of work. Like I say, I was outside yesterday doing something else, and Chris was in here for a good 2-3 hours to get that about right. And he done well to save it. He did say, you have, like I said previously, you got to be careful not to pull it too hard because you don't want all mountains in it. But he's got that about right. And guys, look at that gap. It's perfect all the way. So we're really, really happy, and we're not going to forget, we got very, very lucky with this car when it come to those doors. Just having bent hinges was, you know, it really did save us a lot of work on this car. This bit in particular, Chris got some great angles of it, so I'm going to include some pictures of that now, what it was like before and of course straight after. Some other little bits we have noticed, very, very minor bits. Chris did notice this mirror when we were sticking it back on. That's also going to need some paint as well. And the headlight brackets, I ordered those from the dealer, and it was that £36 or £39 I paid? £36 for a complete bracket kit. I said to the guy, are they good? He said, well, we use them in our accident shop here. They're perfect. They're actually made by Volkswagen, and they're designed for this problem, to repair the problem. So all in all, yeah, very quick job and turning out to be a lovely, lovely car. So that's probably going to be a good point to actually end this, Chris, isn't it?
I think so, mate.
It's now watertight, so we can get a bit of primer on there, get the wheel on, and we can get this outside and actually get on with something else. Right, let's do it. This is one of those jobs that does put a smile on your face at the end of every day, because we bought it at a decent price, and the work on it is, the workload is nowhere near what we expected.
Quite a cheap repair, really.
It is quite a cheap repair, guys. And also, I actually bought this car while Chris was on holiday. So I just texted him and said, oh, we've bought this. It looks quite bad. So for him, he was probably ticking over thinking, oh, I wonder how bad it is. But it turned out that actually we're all really happy, and we'd have been happy even if it was a little bit worse, because it's all part of it and it's doing what we love doing. So that is going to be the end of the video on the Volkswagen Passat. If you did enjoy it, please do hit that thumbs up. We really do appreciate it, and it shows your appreciation. Check out the merchandise. The link is in the description, and follow us on Instagram for the little sneak peeks and the vehicles that we do eventually buy and sell at Salvage Rebuilds. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you all very, very soon in the next one.